to choose. Walking through this life.
Well, hello. This is Linda Carbonell from Walking Through Life TV show. I'm very honored to bring you guys a great guest today, Helen Hipp. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Linda. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm really encouraged that you came down. Where did you come from?
I came from the Jericho area up in Chittenden
nice.
County. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So Helen has written this book. It's called A Different Kind of Safari, and she's going to tell us what inspired her and her love for writing this book and how she came about getting the idea for the book and all that. So I'm really encouraged. So Helen, do you want to start off with giving us a basic idea of how you came up with starting to write this book?
Well, Linda, A Different Kind of Safari was a story really I stumbled across when on a family trip. My son and my daughter, Ray and Eliza, were with me, and their grandfather and my family, we all went to Africa in 2001. And when we were there, we stumbled upon a pink hippo in the Mara River, and she was so beautiful that my son said, "Well, I'm going to name her Rosie." So we
Nice.
kept referring to her as Rosie the pink hippo, and it was very interesting because she was actually standing on the outside of the pod of hippos, and we were intrigued as to why that was. So we asked our guide, and he said that basically she was being tolerated by the other hippos, not necessarily accepted. And she definitely was female because she had reached adulthood, because he shared with us that had the other hippo been male, it would have been killed. So I just looked at that and I thought, well, you know, this is about differences. This is such a lesson here from nature, and here we are in the wilds of Africa and looking at something so spectacular. So I thought about writing a story and kept thinking about it for 12 years, and then all of a sudden it just seemed like time. And my son, who was 14 at the time when he named Rosie, has Asperger's, and so both he and I and my daughter have kind of lived through some times where the labels were hurtful, and that's what made this spotting so wonderful, because it ended up being such a great lesson in self-acceptance and helped everybody see that differences are absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
But what makes them wonderful starts with you, and it starts on the inside, and that's what this story shares with others. So I'm very excited that it's out, and it's
And
great.
I see this as being able to help children, not only children but adults too, that maybe have been bullied or haven't felt accepted by others. And what a great way to tell a story to encourage children or adults, either one, to look at themselves as not different, but you know, accept one, to be accepted and actually being accepted. You know, and I think society is ready to accept people. You know, just because, you know, they have a label. I mean, that's, I don't know, but I kind of feel for myself that I think people want to break down that barrier and be able to open up and love everybody, you know. I think the bullying's got to stop. I think all of that's got to stop, and I'm encouraged that you actually wrote a book that would help people maybe express that in their needs.
Yes, and I'm really, really hoping that this book encourages that for all those that read the story. Also, I'm just very happy that I had such an experience in seeing a pink hippo, and that this book is really based on some real life experiences, and pulling that in and putting in all the other information and just making it fun makes it a real lighthearted read. And it's not a heavy message to be discussed in depth, but it's fun, and it's a story that many people relate to. And I know that because I've talked about it long enough. I think my friends and family would like to discuss something else, but everybody that I've spoken to has gotten chills up and down their arms, and just been like, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? And now it's here. Great. It's also a wonderful teaching tool because sometimes these discussions feel awkward. And this is a great tool to help open the doors to discussion and just have fun. Have fun and learn about yourself and learn about other people. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, not telling anybody exactly what's in the book, because then it wouldn't be a surprise, would it?
No, I guess it wouldn't, but the real surprise is Rosie is a real live pink hippo, and this picture is very small, but later on I can tell you how to see a bigger picture of this wonderful pink hippo. So
I think that would be exciting too. Really.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm encouraged too to see that you are reaching out. Now, are you going out and doing any speaking anywhere, talking more about your book? Or
yeah, actually,
can people come and see you or do book signing? Or
I am working on scheduling a book signing in South Burlington, but I don't have that really set up yet.
Yeah.
I will be doing some in the area. For bookstore owners, if they're interested in contacting me, I'll be sharing contact information at the end of our segment. I am going to Charleston and doing a book reading down there for children. I'm also going to New York the 20th of this month and sharing the story there. There's also Vermont Family Network has a conference, which is actually tomorrow in Burlington. I will be there as well. Opening Doors at UVM, they have a conference on the 16th, I believe it is, and I will be there as well. But I'm hoping to do a lot of things like going into the hospitals, to the pediatric wards, and so reading the story in libraries. And I am actually right now very excited because I would love this story to be a play. So I have sent out some emails to theater companies, children's theater companies, and basically said, I have a story to share that I think the children would love to bring to the stage and share with their friends and just have a wonderful time.
Stage right over here.
Oh, do it? Yeah. Well, maybe they could do it.
Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan, a few others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll bet you nobody's played Rosie a pink hippo. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm having an absolute ball already, and it's only been a couple of days that I've really been out talking about it. So it's fun.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
Fun.
And another thing you were talking about too that we were speaking about is not only is it going to be in book form, but your son was actually going to be telling the story, narrating the story on tape.
Yes, I'm very excited. My son is a wonderful, wonderful young man, so talented and just great. And we decided earlier on that this also needed to be an audiobook. And I wasn't really sure that Ray would like to tell the story. And he told me he did. And yesterday we wrapped up the audiobook. We were in a nice little recording studio, and he read the parts and was very expressive, and it was great. And so there will be an audiobook coming out, and it will be Raymond telling his story and Rosie's story, and it's wonderful. And there's been a lot of friends that have just been so helpful in bringing this about, and I have my Safari family is what I call them, and that's my editor and website designer and everybody, and a lot of them are involved in the book. And a friend, Sue Lackey, plays Rosie the pink hippo, and she is just fabulous. I have an attorney friend who plays Grandpa. It's a lot of different people. I play Eliza. I'm not an actress, but I can sound like Eliza, and you'll meet her in the book. I won't tell you any more about her. But it's been great fun, and I'm so proud of Raymond and so glad that this is such a meaningful book and story. He actually, when I shared it to him, said, "You know what, Mom? This is really going to be helpful to people." And I thought, isn't that great?
Yeah, he had that foresight that he knew by telling the story was going to help others. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah, and he is all about that. I'm very proud of him, and
I can't wait to meet him.
Oh, I can't wait to
You'll
have
give
you.
him an invitation from me, special.
I absolutely will. I absolutely will. The illustrator of the
The
book.
one that did the drawings and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, she did a wonderful, wonderful drawing of Raymond.
Maybe we could open it up so we can see
Oh, sure.
a little bit of the...
See some of
Maybe
the
we could get-
illustrations. Let's
Yeah,
see. What's the good one? Here we go. This is Rosie and Ray.
Nice.
And here they're asking one question. You know, your story sounds familiar, Rosie. A lot like mine, except for I am more sad than happy. And Rosie says, really? You look the same as every other boy. How can you know how it feels to be different? Well, Raymond answers that question, and they learn a lot more about each other in the book, and it's just really great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Raymond is involved in Special Olympics, and he won the Most Improved Athlete of the Year. So his talents, athletes, writing, recording, I can't stop him. Such
Yeah, next
talent.
is going to be a movie star, right?
He is a star. He
Yeah.
is my shining
Yeah,
star,
there
that
you
one.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it just goes to show you're a good mom, don't you? You know, and that he is so important to you in your life. And
Yeah, both of my children are very
Yeah.
important to me, and
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
stepchildren and my friends and my family. They are just so incredibly wonderful, and it's just great. I just love it.
And what a way to do something together, as
Yeah.
to write a book and, you know, share the experiences and all the love that you got in your family with others. And I'm just really encouraged that you did something like that. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's wonderful. You know, and cahoots to you, your son, your father for taking you to Africa, Rosie. You know.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. My father is a very wonderful man, and just so generous with his resources and his resourcefulness and just his love of learning. My mother is also an artist.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yes, so she really encouraged the creativity, which is so much a part of not only this book, but what I do, who I am, and it's just great. I'm very, very grateful for everybody that's involved, and really that is everybody, and then some.
So it sounds to me it was like a family affair. Like
A
everybody was
family
involved. Yeah.
affair that goes
Absolutely.
beyond genetics. You know, my safari family, my
Yeah.
family of origin,
Well,
my
I don't think
friends.
the studio is big enough for everybody.
I don't think so
I
either.
don't think Rosie would want to make an appearance to you.
I think Rosie wants to stay in the water. I think so, but
This is great. And
yeah.
I'm really encouraged. Maybe we could bring some more people that were involved in the book and that want to share parts of their story. You know, I think everybody's got a different look at the story in different ways. You know what I mean?
oh, they did.
What
They
they feel.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would love it.
Yeah.
They're a wonderful, wonderful group, and
Yeah.
many of them have talents that they're sharing with just as many
Absolutely.
people as,
Yes.
as I'm sharing this book with, and
Right.
they're just great. My website designer and woman that helped with the web page is, oh my goodness, she's a singer, she's a website designer, she's a recording artist, but more than that, she's just this very generous person that helps people. And geez, the woman that plays Rosie she has been involved for years with Miss Vermont, so helping kids find their dreams and achieve them. And the editor, Paula Diaco, what a talent she is, not only as an editor, but smart, thoughtful, helpful. Everybody, there's no measure of the gratitude that I have for all of them. David.
And on your website, do you have information about them too?
I do. It's in the book. On the web page, I don't think we have everybody there because it's one page, but definitely in the book, people will learn about them. David Brizadine, my layout coordinator,
yeah.
and the illustrator. I mean, my goodness. Hillary Ann Loveglass. She is wonderful. And I was so happy that David helped me find the illustrator, because we didn't want to get somebody that was established. We wanted to give somebody an opportunity, a Vermont artist.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, one of the smartest decisions I ever made, because she really brought this book to life with her creation. She is just wonderful. And again, the really special part of this book, is the passion everybody brought to it. They just were living it, you know. It was great.
That's what it sounds. Let's do this, let's do that. You know,
Yeah.
An idea here, another one had an idea there.
And it's hard to
before
slow each other down, yeah.
And before we go much further, I want to make sure that we have time to talk about your website and how people can go there and check out
Sure.
the book and
Sure.
find out more about you, and maybe if they would like to talk to you more, or
Sure.
set something up for you to come and do a reading or schedule something with them.
Yeah.
As how they could find you. And
Yep, that is, there's a lot of ways you can find me. Probably the easiest way to remember is to just punch in a different kind of safari.com. We'll bring you to a web page, and on that web page there is a click to talk to the author. There is a little song that Rosie sings that you can play. There is a larger picture of Rosie and of Ray. And there is I think you call it a tweet feed on that page, where anybody can ask Rosie a question and she will answer you. And we will put updates on that page as well. There's also the announcement of the audiobook on that page, and we will be most likely adding a page to that talks more about the audiobook, and talks about everybody who's playing a role, describes them a little bit, and just so you can get to know the people that are on your CD, so to speak.
we have dates there where you're going to do some book signing or book releases, or
We can put some up. They're not up yet, but it's all coming together. It's good.
little by little, yeah.
Well, not little by little. It's really all
Yeah.
coming at once,
Yeah.
but we're doing our best to make sure that updates are there. Also, updates are on Facebook. There is a page, a different kind of Safari page on Facebook. You can also get in touch with me directly. I'm on Facebook, so my name is Helen Hipp, and if you punch that in, I'm sure it will bring you to my page. And the book is now available on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. So
Nice.
we're very, very excited, very excited. But yeah, this is really great. I'm so happy to share this story and have the opportunity to do so. And
So is there more books in the future?
that's what everybody's asking me, and my editor's saying, "Okay, Helen, let's start writing."
Next, you got any ideas?
I do have some ideas. It would be really great to write a sequel.
Yeah. There you go.
So yes, that's definitely a possibility. And I would love to hear from the kids on the page, because their questions are very important. They need to be answered, and they can create wonderful ideas to write about too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want this to be about them, you know, about enhancing their learning experience, about sharing something that they enjoy. So this is really about giving you something you want, you know. It's a great book, and yeah, I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, I know. I'm proud of you. Just thinking, this is your very first book, you know, and I'm sure there's going to be many more. I mean, I could just, you know, imagine how many. I mean, I'm not a fortune teller or anything, but I can imagine how many more you're going to have with you and your wonderful creative son. You know, and
Yeah, he's
things he
great.
can do with the books. Yeah, you guys have just got
But-
years of fun ahead
Oh,
of you, and
yeah.
and books galore. I bet.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other wonderful books out there, and it's
Yeah.
great to see other people sharing these stories that were so meaningful to them, but they had such a generous heart that they shared it with the rest of us, you know, and that's a very, very powerful thing to do, whether it's in writing. I remember hearing Julie Andrews say on stage once, I believe it was her granddaughter, but her that said, you know, you're still singing. You're just singing in a different way, because she went from singing to writing children's books. And I'm thinking, you know what? That is wonderful wisdom right there, because we all have so much to share, whether it comes in writing or spoken words or signing or, skywriting, whatever it is. That's great.
I think now people are stopping and listening to the stories,
Yeah.
They want to know more about everybody, Where'd you come from? Where'd you grow up? What schools did you go to? You find that a lot on Facebook, Find
Yes,
a lot
you
of
do.
questions people want to know. But it's good that they're asking questions, that people are asking questions and want to know more about you.
Yeah.
I think that's just so encouraging.
Yeah. And about themselves. Learning about
Exactly.
yourself is so important, because it's hard to share that with somebody if you don't know yourself.
Right.
So it's feeling comfortable in your own skin, believing in yourself, and really creating the life that you want for yourself versus standing and waiting for it to be created for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very powerful decision to make for yourself.
It can be scary, but it can be done,
It's scary and exciting and wonderful.
If you look at it more like it's an adventure, kind of like I did when I went for that's what the one that I wrote about, my cure for agoraphobia, was all about, a little adventure that I went out and chased butterflies and stuff. So, but
Yeah, but you were courageous enough to take that first step.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is great. That is
And
great.
then, and even after that first step, it was still harder to go back out. But the more I did it, the better the more I was able to overcome. The more, and now I don't like seeing it all.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
And look
yeah.
at what you're doing. I mean,
I know, who knew I could draw?
I think this is great. I love it. I love the colors in it.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful. And
It makes me happy to draw. It really does.
I wish I was better at it. But I think that's my mother's talent. She's the artist in the
My
family.
mother was too. My mother was quite the little artist too. Yeah, and she wrote poems a lot. She was a poem writer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
Did you keep any of her poems?
I do. I have all of hers, and I've got like notebooks and notebooks of mine, feelings and.
Well, maybe you should do a
poems.
book of poetry.
Yeah, we never
Yeah.
know.
That
Maybe
would
that's
be-
the next step. Who knows?
Yeah, or just sharing it on air,
yeah. My
a
sister's
poem of the
act-
week.
I know. My sister actually wrote me, and she wants to send me some of her poetry, and wants me to read it on air. So I told her I would.
Oh, that's
Why not?
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's what I never
I don't
never
mind
written a
doing it.
poem.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. If people got things that maybe they don't want to come forward the camera, or maybe they can't, they want somebody to read it for them.
Yeah, I wrote a song, and that's in the Rosie book actually,
Oh, nice.
and it is on the website too.
Oh,
And it's not a polished song, but it's meant to just kind of sing along and
Yeah.
have fun and be happy and celebrate differences. Celebrate yourself. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. Make that choice.
Yeah.
It's there for everybody to make.
yeah, you can live your dreams, whatever it is.
Oh, let me tell you, if I can do this, which was a dream of mine, that at one point I thought was just as out of reach as somebody that said I wanted to go to the moon, 100 years ago. But they both happened. So it's possible. Anything's possible. And that's not just a cliche. It truly is. That's the message. One of them. One of many.
Yeah. And I think it's great that you're able to speak about personal triumph and personal effectiveness of the book on you and your entire family. And just, it means a lot to me to hear, somebody else has found something that's meaningful for themselves and for others too at the same time. And to realize that, and not realize it at first, but then all of a sudden realize that this is something that, that I really am passionate about and I really want to make a difference and do, and then seeing it come true.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And like I said, I'm just, I'm really grateful that you've found that passion in your book, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about your son and having maybe your son come on, maybe having some of the other people involved in the book come down and
Yeah, I'm
chit-chat.
sure that they would love it. I'm
Yeah.
sure that they would love it. So many of those people are living their own dreams. Raymond
They could
lives.
share theirs.
Well, yeah. I mean,
No.
Raymond lives in Williston, and he lives with a woman who developed a program called the Whittle House. And
nice.
when I met her, she was working for another program, and this is something she always wanted to do. So she did it, and she is a huge part of my son's life. Huge. And it's just that his family has grown larger,
Right,
you know,
exactly,
and
yeah.
all these people are very important to him, but he's important to them. He's brought a lot of wonderful adventures into the house, and it's just been really, really great and a joy to have. Everybody loves him, which is no shock to me because I know how wonderful he is.
Right.
You know.
So he's gonna see this, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I'm sure he will.
Well, I gotta tell you, you've got to come on Walking Through Life show. I'm personally inviting you to come here.
Yep.
Talk to me here and let me know.
And say his name so he knows.
Raymond.
Raymond.
There you go, Ray. Does he like to be called Ray or Raymond?
Ray.
Ray.
Probably.
Hey, Ray, come hang out with me. I got a chair right here. I want to hear about your adventures, and we'd love to connect with you and meet the person that helped write the book.
Right, and you can talk about what is it like to record a book.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Yeah, we all want to know that, huh?
It's a lot
You have to make
harder.
up voices and everything, or
Well, I'm going to let him tell you.
oh, that would be cool.
I'm going to let
Yeah,
him tell
I
you,
don't know
but
about that. So
it
that's-
was a lot different than I thought it was going to be, and my part was much smaller than Raymond's.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. So I hope you guys call me and let me know. And so one more time, let's tell people, because we're getting ready to wrap up, tell people how they can get a hold of you and find out more about
sure.
the book, a different kind of
You
safari.
can purchase the book on Amazon.com and just search it by the title, A Different Kind of Safari, or you can purchase it on Barnes & Noble, same thing, just type in the title, A Different Kind of Safari.
And hopefully you'll come back to Walking Through Life and let us know how
Yeah,
things
so
going here, too.
I would love to. I would
Yeah.
absolutely love
Yeah.
to.
We're really encouraged. Well, thank you, Helen, so much for coming.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we'll see you soon.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll wave everybody goodbye. This is Linda Carbonneau and Helen Hipp
Bye.
saying goodbye for Walking Through Life today. See you later, Ray. Bye.
Walking through this life of mine, well, it's teaching me so many things, like how to love and how to lose and how to choose. Walking through this